want to make sure you never call anybody out in front of people. Communication is key. You have to communicate everything. And I know you hear this. Today, I would like to talk to you about how do you get consistent results in your business. And I'll give you 4 things that you should really strive for in your business to get consistent results within your organization. And the number one is communication. Of the 1,500 plus clients I've had in my career, I'm interviewing thousands upon thousands of employees and thousands upon thousands of owners. It was communication. Ownership never communicated down the chain, and the employees and the management never really communicated up. And when your last person on the bottom of the food chain there on your thing, they don't know what's going on, it results into some very big disconnects, and we don't want that. So you got to push the information down and you got to push the information up, and communication is the number one problem I have seen in businesses in my career, in my 16 plus years of doing this, is we're just not communicating. And I know you hear this because if you're in a relationship, you hear it from the other side that we're not communicating properly. So communication is number one. The other one is accountability. Is when we hold employees accountable, we must hold them all to the same standard. We have to have them. You cannot allow somebody to get away with something because they're your friend or they've been here a long time, because that is a very bad message that you're sending to everybody else, and it's not on the same standards. And so you really want to make sure that everybody is held accountable at the same thing, same standards throughout the whole company. And when that is put into place, everybody knows what they're allowed to do and what they're not allowed to do. Then when you get into the next one, so the next one's a little bit quirky, I guess, but it's acknowledgement. Acknowledging the successes, acknowledging when people do good. Sometimes it's not about monetization. It's about just somebody wants an attaboy, and it's going to them, calling them out in front of a group or putting them in a newsletter or whatever that is, just saying, hey, this employee did great. He saw something, she saw something, they did something above and beyond. And when that happens, you will see your other employees want that same recognition and they want to go up. So you want to make sure you never call anybody out in front of people. You want to maybe there are mistakes. You want to say this is what happens if this is, but you don't ever want to belittle somebody in front of the organization, because that is cancerous in your organization. And the other one is freedom. Allowing your employees to have freedom of choice and freedom to make decisions, because if you micromanage, you're capping your employees. You're just allowing them to they're just punching a clock. They're not invested into the business. It's just a job, and it's not a career. Now, there's some things that are just a job, but that's okay. So you want to make sure that they all feel like they're a part of an organization, a part of something bigger and better. Remember, our employees spend more time with us at work than they do with their own families, if you really think about it, in a day. Because you get up, you come to work, you leave, and you go home for a couple hours, you're in bed, and you're back again. So we spend more time with our work family than we do with our home family. And so it's very critical that we allow them to have some sorts of freedom. So again, communication is key. You have to communicate everything all the way down. You want to communicate it all the way up, and make sure everybody from the bottom of your chain, your organizational structure, or your food chain, however you want to call it, understands what the objectives are. Then you want to give them recognition. Recognition is huge for employee morale and keeping that morale going. You want to keep them at the same standards, accountability, make sure that's all the same. And then the other thing is, the last one is, give them the freedom to make the choices. And if you put those into place into your work, you'll have a whole new attitude of your workforce, and you'll have a whole new direction, and you'll see your workforce come alive. So anyway, I hope this helped. Please hit like and subscribe. Remember, go help somebody today. It'll put a smile on your face.